Hey, good morning, everyone. It's been a couple days since I've made a video or posted anything, so I figured today was the day that I should do something. It's been kind of crazy the last couple days because my boyfriend moved in with me, and we've been just kind of rearranging things and trying to make room for things and whatever. So anyway, um, so I'm trying to grab some coffee quick so I can wake up, get started with my day. But anyhow, there's been so much that has taken place over the last couple days, and a lot of chaos. And like I told you, this page was originally like to help others that are going through, especially single mamas out there, to help you go through things on a daily basis with children with disabilities, and just really try to focus on being strong, which is not easy to do at all. Easier said than done, I know. But anyway, it's been interesting, like how my boys are being so perceptive to anything and everything that's going on. We had a moment with my older son, and it was quickly absolved. I don't want to say squashed because that is not the right word. I'm not trying to resolve an issue by saying, I'm the mom, you're the child. No, it is very important to listen to your kids because your children should be the most important part of your life. And when they have something that is bothering them, it is absolutely important to pay attention to them and to understand how they're feeling or what they're going through when there's change or whatever. And for those of you that have autistic children, you know that change doesn't always go very well. So my boyfriend moved in, and he was we were laying here one night just talking, and my son that is autistic was being a little bit loud, and so he was just like, hey, you need to quiet down, like it is getting late. Well, my son took that as he's just trying to tell me what to do, and I'm not gonna have that. You have a child with autism and ODD on top of it, like they don't like authority. So I went out and talked to him because he was kind of not being very nice, and I just said, instead of, I could have handled this in many different ways, but instead of going out there and being like, listen, you need to respect him, I didn't say that, even though he does. I did not say that. I went out there and I said, okay, can we just talk for a minute? Like, you are very upset. I see that. I notice it. And it makes me sad because I don't like seeing you upset. So I want to know, like, what are you feeling right now? And he just openly said, Mom, he's like, I'm sorry, no offense, but you've dated some dicks in the past. You're absolutely right. And he said, sometimes these dicks just wanted to tell me what to do and command me to do things, and I just didn't like that, and I didn't like when he said that. Okay, absolutely reasonable. And I said, honey, I'm not mad for what you said. What I am is concerned because even though I have made mistakes in the past with trying to be with someone who could be that father figure for you and obviously was not a good match, I feel like you have this stigma that every person, every male, is going to be like that, whether they're a part of my life or not. You just think guys are dicks. And I'm not okay with that. Like, I'm very genuinely concerned about your perspective. So I turned the whole thing around. I said, okay, listen, this guy really genuinely cares about you. And just so you can have an understanding, on his own time, without me even saying anything, he's been looking up what it's like to raise a child with autism and ODD. He's been researching, like, how do I say things? How do I act? What do I expect? Like, how do I help the parent that is raising this child? And he just kind of looked at me. He's like, what? And I said, yeah, like, true story. He is trying to help me and help you. And he cares an awful lot about you and just wants to have the best for you in life and have every advantage for you in life that he can give you. And he wasn't trying to be mean. Like, he was tired. You were being a little bit loud, and I know that you didn't think you were being loud, but he was just trying to ask you to be quiet. So then my boyfriend came out and talked to him, and it was just like everything had changed. Like, the whole situation changed. Now, I love my son to death, but seems like he likes him more than he does me, okay? Which is fine. You know, he's always going to be my kid. He's always going to be my baby. But in situations like that, you have to not sit there and punish a child for being rude or whatever. You need to take the time to talk to them because their feelings are very real and are very valid. And nobody has a right to tell anybody, child or adult, you aren't allowed to feel that way. Who are we to tell somebody, especially our children, you shouldn't feel that way? They're our own personal feelings. And the fact that I took the time to spend with him and to explain to him, like, I get it and I'm sorry. And this is what he's doing that is unlike anybody I've dated. It's not the same situation. Like, I get that you are having a PTSD moment. I have them all the time for things. But that's not the situation. And like, even last night, my boyfriend sells his place that he's in the process of moving out of. But he said, well, where's he going? I said, well, he's got to run over and grab some stuff. Oh, well, I'm going to go with him. Like, just like that. These two play together. They laugh together. Like, he comes and hangs out with him. Like, he spends time with him. Like, he's showing him genuinely, this is how a father figure is supposed to be, not like the other ones in the past. So when you have an opportunity like that, absolutely do not let it go to the side. Take it and run with it. Do what you have to do to just sit there and listen to your child. Yes, you might have dishes that need to be done or laundry that needs to be folded or whatever, but there is nothing more precious than taking that time with your child to sit down and understand them and actually hear them. Hear everything they have to say. Because then when you do that, it doesn't just open a door for that moment. It opens a door for the future. Because your child then knows that they can come to you and talk to you about anything. And you're not going to get mad. You're not going to get mad that they have those feelings or any feelings. You're not going to get mad that they feel a certain way. You're going to respect them for the human being they are. Don't look at them as a child. Don't look at them as whatever. They're a human being. And they have absolutely every right to feel a certain way. And especially if they've had trauma in their life in the past. You have to be so fragile with that. And I'm not always fragile. I mess up. It's hard being a mom of two boys with disabilities. And I am not perfect by any means. So I am not sitting here saying, oh, look at me. I am just perfect mother of the year. I am not by any means. But what I'm saying is when you have those opportunities, absolutely utilize them. Stop the clock and enjoy that moment, because it doesn't just, like I said, open that moment. It opens up a huge door for the future. And you never know what's going to happen in the future, where that child might need to come to you and say something to you, and they're so afraid to say anything. But when you have moments like this, they can look back and be like, you know what? I needed to talk to my mom. I was really frustrated, or I was feeling anxious, or I was scared, or I was nervous. And my mom did not yell at me. My mom did not get mad at me. Instead, she validated my feelings. She understood. She heard me. And I can go to her for other things in the future, and I don't have to feel afraid to say anything to her. You have no idea how big that is for a child. They just want to be heard. They want to be understood. They want to have time spent with them. And especially in the childhood era, for them, they want a normal, consistent routine. And when something happens that makes things a little bit different, it is so important to take your time and explain things to them. Now, this isn't, let me back up and say, this isn't a guy that I just met off the internet or, found on the street or whatever. This man I've known him since like I was 2 years old. And we've been friends for literally years. And there was just never a right time for us to be together in the past. Like, we were on two different paths. We had different things going on in our lives. We both had our wild days. We just were not right for each other. And this time, crossing paths, I see him in a completely different light. And I see him in a different way, in a positive way, but I see him in a different way. So I would not bring someone in front of my child that I did not know, that I did not trust, that I not fully feel safe with. So there is that. And I want you to know, like, this isn't somebody I just was like, hey, I just met Johnny down at the gas station and he's moving in. It's not like that at all. Before all of you haters or Karens get on me about, oh, you should not do that to your child, know the facts, okay? This is not just some random dude. So, but he has been so great with both my children. My younger one, he has a lot of trauma that he's experienced in the past and a lot of things that he's gone through, and anger is his forte. Like, that is, he gets mad. He doesn't know how to handle it. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to feel. He's got all these emotions, and he's diabetic. So his body is running like a freight train on fire down a hill that is a track filled with ice. Like, he is just, and his little body and his mind, his emotions are everywhere. So the fact that this man, is taking time to spend time with these boys, getting to really understand them. I hate that phrase, getting to know you. Like, just like that song, getting to know you, getting to know all about you, has nothing to do with getting to know someone. You need to understand, because I think that's where a lot of communication goes wrong nowadays. We can say we know somebody, like, oh yeah, I remember Sally from the club. Yep, I remember her. But do you understand her? Do you understand who she is? To understand is on a whole different level than to know someone. And he is taking the time to understand them and look at things through their view. And that is absolutely the most critical thing you can do for any child, whether you've had them in your life since they were born. Sorry, my nose is going crazy. Or you just met them. It is so important to understand a child. So that's my food for thought this morning. The boys absolutely love him. Like, when he's at work, they will constantly bombard me. When is he coming home? Is he home yet? Is he on his way? What's he doing? And I have to try to explain to him, like, he's a truck driver. So I've tried to explain, like, he's got this load. Oh, then he's done. No, he's got to take this back to the yard. He's got to get another load. Well, how many loads does he do? Well, whatever they say, whatever they tell him. It's not that easy. It's just going in and punching in on a clock and then leaving. Like, there's a lot of things that go with truck driving, and sometimes you can't always control the timing. And I've tried to explain that to them so they understand, but they are very eager for him to always come home. And like I said, they really spend time with him, and he takes the time. But just understand your children. Don't lose that golden opportunity when they say that they're mad or they act out. I am a true believer that for every behavior There is a reason. I don't care. You know, some people say, well, kids just act out because they act out. No, they don't. Are they feeling anxious? Is there something that reminded them of something that happened in the past that was traumatic for them? There is every behavior in life, and there is every reason for that behavior in life. Um, and if you just think about human basic actions with us as humans, um, why do we pick our nose? Because it itches. Why do we scratch our back? Because it itches. Why do we go to work? Because we need a paycheck. Every single action, there's something behind it. So when that behavior is an action, there's a reason behind it. Every single time. Regardless if it's small or big, there is a reason every single time. And it is so important to understand that this is not just something that just happens. Children just do not act out because they want to act out. Whether it be a chemical issue in their brain, something that they don't have enough of, or a medicine issue, or a behavioral issue because there's something in the situation that is making them anxious. Everything has a reason for behavior. Keep that in mind. And you guys have a great day. Don't miss those opportunities, and God bless.